Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss error analysis. Let us read the numerical. 200 microampere full scale PMMC meters. Okay, so what is the PMMC, what is the MI, what is the EDM, that we are going to discuss later on. Okay, so here we are having the 2 meters full scale current carrying capacity is 100 microampere. Okay, so it is given. Next, are employed to construct 10 volt and 100 volt full scale voltmeter. Okay, means we need to convert the basic meter into a voltmeter. Okay, with the first voltmeter is having a full scale voltage reading is 10 volt, second voltmeter is having a full scale voltage range is of 100 volt. These meters will have figures of merit, that is nothing but the sensitivities as, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, so here first of all note the given data. Let us consider we are having the 2 voltmeters A and B. Okay, so what is the full scale deflection for the first? It is a 10 volt. Full scale deflection for the second voltmeter, that is a B, is equal to 100 volt. Okay, next we are having the basic meters with a full scale current carrying capacity is 100 microampere here also, and here also it is a 100 microampere. Okay, now our task is to find the sensitivity. Let us consider it is a SA, and for this consider it is a SB. Okay, so now while discussing the loading effect, okay, or before that in the one numerical we have discussed that sensitivity into full scale deflection, it will give you the total resistance. Okay, so now first of all we know the full scale deflection, it is a 10 volt. Okay, so can we find first the total resistance? Once we get the total resistance, we can find the sensitivity. Okay, we know sensitivity of meter A is equal to what? Yes, full scale deflection. Okay, a sensitivity of meter A is equal to, yes, we can write, or in other way we can write it in this way also. Total resistance, meter A resistance, that is a RA, is equal to sensitivity into full scale deflection. Okay, but now if you check, yes, the sensitivity we need to find, so therefore we can find sensitivity of meter A is equal to RA upon full scale deflection. Okay, what is a full scale deflection? It is a 10 volt. Okay, what is the resistance? That we need to find. Okay, how to find the resistance? As we know, according to the Ohm's law, resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. Okay, so it is 10 by 100 micro, so we can write it as it is equal to 10 upon 100 into 10 to the power minus 6. This is the total resistance of the meter, because the voltage across the meter is 10 volt, and what is the full corresponding to the 10 volt, what is the current which is flowing through the meter? It is 100 microampere. So it is voltage divided by current, it will give the total resistance of the meter. Okay, divided by the full scale deflection, so it is a 10. Okay, so if we check, it will be equal to, yes, we can write it as, therefore SA is equal to, yes, it is like 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so it is a 10,000. Okay, it is a 10 kilo ohm per volt. 10 kilo ohm per volt. Okay, this is for the first meter. Is this clear? Are you getting the point? Okay, similarly, can we find for the second meter? Yes, RB, that is the total resistance of the meter B, is equal to SB into full scale deflection. Okay, right, so it is equal, therefore SB is equal to RB upon full scale deflection. But what is the RB? RB we can find, yes, total voltage divided by corresponding current. So it is 100 by 100 micro. We can write it as 100 divided by 100 micro. Okay, divided by, yes, what is the full scale deflection? It is 100. So it will be equal to 100. Okay, so now we can write is equal to, yes, this will be equal to 100 upon, so again it is a 10 kilo ohm per volt. This is the sensitivity of meter B. So SA and SB both are 10k kilo ohm per volt. Okay, so if you check the options, correct option is option A. Right, option A is the correct answer. Right. So this is a simple question, or this type of question they have asked. Okay, this is about numerical 1. In the next video, we are going to discuss the second numerical. The second numerical related to the error analysis. Let us read the question. A variable w is related to three other variables x, y, z as xy upon z. So it is given w is equal to x into y divided by z. The variables are measured with meters of accuracy plus minus 0.5% of reading, plus minus 1% of full scale value, and plus minus 1.5% of reading. Okay, so it is the accuracy of the meter x, this is the accuracy of the second meter, and this is the accuracy of the third meter. Okay, the actual readings of the 3 meters are 80, 20 and 50. So the true values of the true readings are given with 100 being the full scale value for all three. The maximum uncertainty in the measurement of w, maximum uncertainty is nothing but maximum error. Okay, and they have given the 4 options. So now we need to first of all note the given data. It is given that w is equal to x into y upon z. It is given x into y by z, that is nothing but the w. Okay, next the meter which is used to measure the variable x is having accuracy of plus minus 0.5% of the reading. Be careful. Next, the meter which is used for measurement of y is having accuracy of plus minus 1% of full scale value, and the meter which is used for the measurement of variable z is having accuracy of plus minus 1.5% of the reading. Okay, the actual values are given. X is 80, y is 20, and z is equal to 50. It is given. Okay, so now can we find the true value of w? I am writing it as a wt, that is the true value of w is equal to x into y by z. So we can write it as x is 80 into y is 20 divided by z is 50. So from this we can write the true value, or write it as a w true. True value of w is equal to 80 into 20 by 50. So it is 32. Okay, this is the true value of the w. Next, the maximum possible error they have asked. Okay, so maximum possible error, for getting the maximum possible error, yes, the w measured value, yes, should be either very high or should be either very less to that of the true value, because error is nothing but the measured value minus true value, right? So now in this case, as we know, as w is equal to x into y divided by z. Okay, now in order to get the maximum possible highest value, the for getting the possible highest value of w, yes, here the numerator should be very high and z should be very less at the least possible value z, and x and y should be at highest possible value. Okay, so now for getting, yes, the for maximum uncertainty or maximum error, or maximum uncertainty, yes, w should be yes, either w high I am writing is equal to x, yes, with the, now the meter which is used for measurement of the x is having a, yes, plus minus 0.5% of the reading. Okay, so here x should be equal to having the higher value, x is having the highest possible value, means it should be, the error should be plus 0.5% of the reading. Okay, plus 0.5% of the reading. Okay, so x should be equal to x plus 0.5% of reading. Okay, of reading, that is x. Okay, into y should be plus minus 1% of full scale value, right? So it is a y, that is actual value, plus I am writing it as a plus here and here, because we are interested in getting maximum possible value, highest possible value of numerator terms or the numerator variables. Okay, so here y plus, yes, 1% of full scale value they have given. Okay, so it is a 1% of full scale value or full scale deflection I am writing, divided by, yes. Now for getting the highest possible value of the w, the z should be, that is the denominator should be having the lowest possible value. Denominator should be at the lowest possible value. Now, so for getting the lowest possible denominator, yes, the value, the accuracy of the meter which is measuring the variable z, it should be at the negative, right? So z minus, okay, into 1.5% of reading they have given, so of z. Okay, in this way we can find, right? So either we need to find this w high, or we can find, yes, w low. For w low, here it should be minus, here it should be minus, here it should be plus. Okay, so we can write either w high or w low. Okay, I am writing it as again w low. For getting the lowest possible value of the w, yes, the denominator term should be as low as possible, and z numerator term should be as low as possible, and denominator term should be as high as possible. So here it should be x minus 0.5% of x into y minus 1% of full scale deflection divided by z plus 1.5% of z. Right, I am writing here x and here it is z, because these accuracies are, yes, in a percentage of reading, and here I have written it as 1% of FSD, because this accuracy is in percentage of full scale value. Okay, so either you can find w high or w low, and from that we can find the error. That error will be the maximum. Okay, now consider w high. By using w high, w low, you will be getting the same value. Okay, error, one is plus, second one is minus. Okay, so w high is equal to, yes, x plus 0.5% of x. What is the x value? It is given that x is 80, so we can write 80 plus 0.5, that is 0.5 divided by 100 into x, that is 80, into second bracket y plus, y is, y value they have given, it is a 20, plus 1%, that is a 1 by 100 into, yes, full scale value. What is the full scale value? It is given as 100, divided by, yes, divided by, we can write z minus, what is the z? That is a reading, it is a 50 minus 1.5%, so it is a 1.5 by 100 into, yes, the true value of the z, that is a 50. Okay, so if you check, it is equal to, yes, 80 plus 0.5 into 80 divided by 100, so it will be 80.4. It is a 80.4, one term, into second 20 plus 1, so it is a 21, divided by third one, it is a 50 minus 50 into 1.5 divided by 100, it is a 49.25. So if we check, this value is equal to 80.4 into 21 divided by 49.25, so it is 34.28. 34.28. This is a w high. Similarly, you can find for w low also, but it is not required. Okay, next, so now from this we can write error. So w high is nothing but it is a measured value. Measured value. Let us consider it as a w measured. W measured. Right? Means the highest possible value of w will be 34.28. Okay. So now from this we can write, therefore maximum error. Okay. Maximum error, or the maximum percentage error. Okay. Percentage maximum error is equal to yes, measured value minus true value. Okay, that is a 34.28 minus true value is 32 divided by true value 32 into 100. So if you check, it is equal to 34.28 minus 32 divided by 32 into 100. That is 7.125. 7.125 plus minus of 7.125%. Okay, this is the percentage maximum error. Percent maximum error. This is actually positive. This will be positive now. Okay. Similarly, if we find, okay, similarly, if we find by considering the W low, right, instead of W high, now we can find the W low, and from that, if you check the maximum error, again you will be getting minus 7.125. Okay, so final answer is plus or minus 7.125%. Okay, this is the final answer. If you check the options, the correct option is option D. Okay, so this is the example. This type of questions they have asked in the previous GATE as well as IES examinations. Okay, so here try to understand. First thing is we have calculated the true value of the W. After that we have calculated the highest possible value of W. Highest possible value of W is possible is, yes, when numerator will be at the highest possible value, denominator will be at the lowest possible value. Okay, and for that we have considered the positive errors for the numerators and the negative error for the denominator. Okay, and in this way we can proceed. So this is about the numerical number 2. The third numerical related to error analysis. So let us read the numerical. 2 100-volt voltmeters with sensitivities 10 kilo ohm per volt and 20 kilo ohm per volt are connected in series. Then find the maximum voltage that we can measure with this combination. Okay, so here we are having the 2 voltmeters. Let us consider the voltmeter A, and second one is a voltmeter B. Right. Next, both the voltmeters are having the voltage range of 100 volt only, 0 to 100 volt. 0 to 100 volt. The full scale deflection is 100 volt. Here also full scale deflection is 100 volt. Okay. Next, sensitivity, consider it as a SA, is equal to 10 kilo ohm per volt, and here SB is equal to 20 kilo ohm per volt. Okay. Now, given the full scale deflection and sensitivity, can we find the resistance of this voltmeter? Yes, we can find. Also we can find the resistance of the second voltmeter as well. Okay, so voltmeter A resistance is equal to SA into full scale deflection. What is SA? It is a 10K, that is 10 into 10 to the power 3 into 100. Okay, so if you check, it is a 10K into 100, so it will be 1000K. Okay, so Ra is equal to 1000 kilo ohm. Similarly, we can find RB. RB is equal to SB into full scale deflection. So it is equal to 20K, that is 20 into 10 to the power 3 into full scale deflection is 100. Okay, so from this we can write it is 20K into 100. So it is a 2000 kilo ohm. 2000 kilo ohm. This is a RB we are having, right? Next, can we find the full scale deflection current, right, of the voltmeter A and the voltmeter B? Yes, so we can find maximum current or the full scale deflection current. Okay, full scale deflection current. Full scale deflection corresponding voltage is 100 volt. Total resistance is 1000K. So we can write full scale deflection current is 100 divided by 1000K. That is a 10 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, so it is like 100 by 1000 into 10 to the power 3. So it is like 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. This is a full scale deflection current. Okay, of meter A. Similarly, we can find the full scale deflection current of meter B. Full scale deflection current of meter B is equal to, yes, what is the full scale deflection? It is 100 divided by RB. It is a 2000 K. 2000 into 10 to the power C. Right? Now from this we can write is equal to 100 divided by 2000. Okay, so it is a 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 3. 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, this is a full scale deflection current of the meter B. Now the meaning is, full scale deflection current means this is the maximum current with which the meter A can withstand. This is the maximum current with which meter B can withstand. Okay, so now we are connecting both the meters in series. Now when voltmeter A and voltmeter B connected in series, okay, so now can we draw the circuit? Yes, we are having a voltmeter A. Suppose this is a VA, and next voltmeter B, that is the VB. These two are connected in series. Okay, and our task is to find what is the maximum voltage, that is the V we need to find. Okay, that can be measured. Further, can we replace these two voltmeters with the resistors, the equivalent resistors? Yes, like this we can replace. Again, the maximum voltage is V. Here it is a RA, here it is a RB. Now if you check what is the maximum current that will be flowing through this combination, yes, it is equal to minimum of full scale deflection current of meter A and full scale deflection current of meter B. Because yes, is it possible, or if we circulate the current of 0.1 milliampere through the meter B, whether meter B will handle this much of current? No. Okay, but meter A can handle this much of current. Okay, so when these two are connected in series, the maximum allowable current is equal to, yes, full scale deflection current of meter B only, right? Because meter B cannot withstand with the full scale deflection current of meter A. Okay, so that's why here when these two voltmeters are connected in series, yes, the allowable current is 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere only, right? Now from this can we find the V? Yes, that V is nothing but the voltage that can be measured by the series combination. Therefore V is equal to, according to Ohm's law, RA plus RB into 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so it is equal to, what is RA? 1000 K, RB 2000 K. So we can write it is 3000 K, that is 10 to the power 3 into 0.05 into 10 to the power minus 3. Plus 3 minus 3, it will get cancelled. So it is 3000 into 0.05. It is equal to 150 volt. So maximum voltage that can be measured by the series combination of these two voltmeters is equal to 150 volt. Okay, so the final answer will be 150 volt, right? 150 volt. Are you getting the point? Yes, first of all we have calculated the total resistance, full scale deflection currents of the 2 meters. After that, when these two are connected in series, the maximum allowable current is nothing but the minimum of full scale deflection currents of meter A and the meter B. And likewise we can find the allowable voltage. It is a 150 volt, right? So this is about the numerical number 3. The numerical number 4 related to the error analysis. Let us read the question. 3 voltmeters are connected in series across 120 volt DC supply. Okay, so supply voltage is 120 volt, it is given, and 3 voltmeters details they have given. Okay, so first voltmeter 100 volt and 5 milliampere. The meaning is the full scale deflection current of the first voltmeter is 5 milliampere and the full scale deflection is 100 volt. Next voltmeter B, that is the second voltmeter, full scale deflection voltage is 100 volt and sensitivity is given 250 ohm per volt. And for the third voltmeter, the full scale deflection current or the maximum current is 100 milliampere and the resistance is 5 kilo ohm. It is given. Okay. Then estimate the reading of each voltmeter. Okay. Now let us consider we are having the three voltmeters. Voltmeter A, next voltmeter B, and third one is the voltmeter C. Okay, voltmeter A, B, and C. These three voltmeters we are having. For the first voltmeter, the full scale deflection is equal to 100 volt. And what is the full scale deflection current? Yes, it is equal to 5 milliampere. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. Okay, so this is for the first voltmeter. For the second voltmeter, full scale deflection is given is equal to 100 volt and sensitivity, that is SB, is given. It is a 250 ohm per volt. Okay. Next, for the third voltmeter, the full scale deflection current is given. Yes, it is equal to 100 milliampere. 100 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. And the total resistance of the third voltmeter is given. It is a 5 into 10 to the power 3 ohm. Okay, 5 kilo ohm. It is given. Okay. Now from the given data, for the first voltmeter, can we find the resistance? Yes, resistance of the first voltmeter is equal to full scale deflection voltage divided by full scale deflection current. So voltage divided by current is the resistance. Okay, so we can write it as 100 divided by 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So can we write it as is equal to 20 into 10 to the power 3 ohm. This is the total resistance of the first voltmeter. Okay. Next, let us check for the second voltmeter. Can we find the resistance RB is equal to sensitivity into full scale deflection. Okay. So SB into full scale deflection. What is SB? It is a 250 into what is the full scale deflection? It is 100. Okay. So can we write it as RB is equal to, yes, RB is equal to 250 into 100. Okay. So it is like 25 into 10 to the power 3 ohm. And for the third voltmeter, it is directly given RC. Okay. Now, as these three voltmeters are connected in series, okay. So can we draw the circuit? Equivalently, we can draw the circuit as three voltmeters are connected in series. So here we are having voltmeter A, voltmeter B, and voltmeter C. Okay. These three voltmeters we are having connected in series. And what is this voltage? It is a supply voltage which is equal to 120 volt. This voltage is equal to 120 volt. Okay, it is given. Next, further, can we replace these three voltmeters with three resistors? Yes, we can replace three voltmeters with the three resistors. Okay, so further we can redraw this network as RA, RB, and RC, and across them the available voltage is 120 volt. Right, this voltage is 120 volt. Okay, and resistors are first 20k, second 25, and third 5k. Okay, so 20 kilo ohm, 25 kilo ohm, and 5 kilo ohm. Okay, now the readings of our task is to find the readings of each voltmeter. Okay, so how to find the reading of each voltmeter? The voltage across this 20 kilo ohm is nothing but the reading of the first voltmeter. Let us consider it as VA. Reading of second voltmeter is the voltage across 25 kilo ohm, and voltage across third voltmeter is the voltage across 5 kilo ohm. Okay, so how to find the VA, VB, VC? Yes, first of all, can we find the current in the circuit? Yes, we can find. So therefore, current I is equal to total voltage 120 divided by addition of the three resistors 20k plus 25k plus 5k. Okay, 20k plus 25k plus 5k. Okay, so if you check, it is 120 upon 50k. Okay, so it is equal to 120 upon 50,000. It is 2.4 milliampere. 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. This is the current in the circuit. So what is VA? Reading of voltmeter A. Voltmeter A reading is equal to VA is equal to what? Current I into RA, that is 20k. Okay, so it is 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 20k, 48 volt. Okay, similarly we can find the reading of voltmeter B. Yes, reading of voltmeter B. Voltmeter B reading is equal to VB is equal to current I into RB. What is current I? It is again 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3, okay, into 25k. It is equal to 60 volt. And next, voltmeter C reading is equal to VC is equal to current I into RC. Current I is 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 into resistor, that is a 12. Okay, so reading of the first voltmeter 48, second voltmeter is 60, and third voltmeter it will be 12 volt, right? So this is about the numerical number 4. In the next video we are going to discuss numerical number 5. Numerical number 5 on error analysis. Let us read the numerical. A Wheatstone bridge is balanced with all the 4 resistances equal to 1 kilo ohm each. Okay, so here we are having a Wheatstone bridge and all the 4 resistors are 1 kilo ohm and the bridge is balanced. The bridge supply voltage is 100 volt. The value of one of the resistance changes to 1010 ohm. The output voltage is measured with a voltage measuring device of infinite resistance. Okay, so voltage measuring device is having an infinite resistance, means it is like an ideal voltmeter they are saying. Find the bridge sensitivity. They have given the 4 options, but be careful, the options are in volt per ohm, not in ohm per volt. Okay, it is in volt per ohm they have asked. Okay, so here we are having the Wheatstone bridge. So let us first of all draw the Wheatstone bridge. While discussing the chapter bridges, we are going to discuss in detail what is the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, Wheatstone bridge. Basically, this bridge is used for the measurement of resistance. It consists of 4 resistors. Okay, initially all the 4 are considered is RA, RB, RC, and RD. Here, the voltage of 100 volt is connected. This voltage is 100 volt, and here between these 2 points we are having a voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter. So when all the 4 resistors, that is RA is equal to RB is equal to RC is equal to RD is equal to 1 kilo ohm, then yes, if here it is 1k 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 and 1k, then the bridge will be at the balanced position. Okay, so therefore the potential difference across the voltmeter, it will be 0. Okay, because current will not flow through this branch, because this is like a bridge is in the balanced condition. Okay, so therefore, or we can write it as terminal A, here it is a terminal B. Okay, so we can write VAB at bridge balance VAB is equal to 0 volt. VAB is equal to 0 volt. Okay, now if one of the resistor is changed from 1k to the 1010 ohm. Okay, so let us draw that case. If one of the resistor is changed, if one of the register is changed to 1010 ohm. Okay, so if this happens, then the circuit will be like this. This is 100 volt, right? Suppose this is 1k. Suppose this register is 1k. Suppose this register is 1010 ohm, and here it is again 1 kilo ohm. And now between these two, I are having a voltmeter. Okay, so this terminal is A, and here it is a terminal B. Okay, now here, now can we find, for this condition, can we find VAB? Yes, we can find. Yes, we can find the VAB. Okay, let us consider the potential here is 0 volt. So here it is 0 volt, here it is 0 volt, and here it is 0 volt. Simply I am using the network theory. So that's why if here it is 0 volt, here it should be 100 volt. According to the function of the EMF, it creates a potential difference of 100 volts. So 100 minus 0 is equal to 100. Okay, so here it should be a 100 volt. Okay, 100 volt. Now if you check these two resistors, right, between these two resistors, the current which is flowing, or the potential difference between these two resistors, is equal to 100 minus 0, so it is a 100. Okay, so can we find the current in this branch? Yes, it is a 100 divided by 2k. Okay, I am considering it as a IA current here. Okay, so here we can write the current flowing. Before that, okay, as our task is to find VAB. Okay, can we you get the help of the Thevenin's theorem? Yes, we can get. Okay, so according to Thevenin's theorem, we can remove it and we can find the VTH. Okay, we can find the VTH, right? So therefore we can write, consider this current is IA, consider this current is IB. Okay, so now therefore we can write IA is equal to 100 divided by 2k. So it is 100 by 2k, so it is a 50 milliampere. What about the IB? We can use IB is equal to 100 divided by 1k plus 1010. Okay, so it is like 2010 ohm. Okay, so it is 100 divided by 2010. So it is 0.04975. 0.04975 ampere. This much of current, that is a IB. Okay, now if this potential is 0 volt, can we find VA? Yes, we can find VA is equal to 1k. We can find VA, potential at point A, that is VA, is equal to 1k, that is 1 into 10 to the power 3 into IA. So it is equal to 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 1 into 10 to the power 3. So it is equal to 50 volt. What about the VB? VB is equal to 1010 into IB. What is IB? IB is 0.4975. So from this we can write 0.04975 into 1010. So it is 50.25. 50.25 volt. Okay, so therefore VAB is equal to VA minus VB is equal to minus 0.25 volt. Okay, so change in the voltage is minus 0.25. Okay, so instead of this 1010, if you consider this as 1010, then that VAB, yes, it would have been positive. Okay, but no problem, the change in the voltage, now VAB is 0.25. Here initially the VAB was 0. Okay, so now can we write the sensitivity in terms of voltage divided by resistance? Therefore sensitivity is equal to change in voltage, that is VAB, divided by change in resistance, change in resistance. What is the change in voltage? Initially it was 0, now it is a minus 0.25. So it is a 0 minus 0.25. Okay, this is a change in voltage divided by change in resistance is initially all the four resistances were of 1k. Okay, now it is one resistor is changed from 1k to the 1010. So what is the change? It is a 10 ohm. Okay, change in the resistance is of 10 ohm only. It is divided by 10. So we can write it is equal to, yes, it is equal to 0.25 by 10. That is 0.025. Okay, 0.025 volt per ohm. 0.025 volt per ohm, or we can write it as 25 millivolt per ohm. 25 millivolt per ohm. Okay, this is the sensitivity. Are you getting the point? Okay, so in this way we need to think. The correct option is option B. This is about the numerical number 5. Thank you.